Hey! Happy Halloween, guys! And it's your old pally boy Wilho here, and I am doing another unboxing video. And yes, you heard me correctly. It's an unboxing video, not a live show that I usually do, but I think it's a Halloween season and all, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different. And here I have a box of horror films, and let's do this sucker, shall we? Okay, so first up we have this thing called The Exorcist Dominion, and also I have here The Exorcist The Beginning. Now, this is the fourth Exorcist film, and this is directed by Rennie Harlin, and this is directed by Paul Schrader, and this actually came a year later than this Rennie Harlin's version. And I have bought this because we did on my Finnish channel, we did with my pal Jere, we did an Exorcist marathon video, so we needed to see this. Now, you might wondering that why do I have two versions of Exorcist 4? Well, the thing is that they made this first, the Paul Schrader version, and the studio saw it and they thought, man, this is so fucking boring. So they hired Rennie Harlin to do the same piece of shit story again. And okay, this is not a great film, to say the least, Paul Schrader's version, but goddammit, this is like a children's version of that film. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous horror film. It's kind of fun, this Rennie Harlin's version of it, but this is just boring. But if I had to choose between that would be a very tough decision to make, because, okay, I didn't find this entertaining. This was stupid, but it was somewhat entertaining. Actually, I bought this from Hootonet and it came in late, so I didn't even have this to show it on our video when we were recording it with Jere. But now I have it, so I can show it to you in this way at least. So didn't waste the money. I paid 20 euros for it. And yeah, it's a Warner Bros. Region 1 release, and yeah, one DVD widescreen, and some commentary by Paul Schrader and some still galleries. If I don't ever see any of these films, either of them again, I don't mind that at all. And next up we have a Steelbook 4K release of Bram Stoker's Dracula. It's a kick-ass Francis Ford Coppola film from, was it in the year 1992? And it is starring Keanu Reeves and Winona Ryder and Gary Oldman as the freaking Dracula. Now, I already had this on 4K, but this is the 30-year anniversary release, and it has got improved subtitles, nowhere snow, it got yellow subtitles, and the font like it was used to be in the cinema version, and also it has a Dolby Vision in it, so the previous one didn't. So I would definitely rate Dracula at least 4 stars film. I mean, this is fantastic fantasy film. It's not a per se a horror film, but yeah, it's got some nice atmosphere, and especially what I like about it, it's got some kick-ass special effects in it. Now, this is like a Francis Ford Coppola's love letter to the old style of filmmaking, all these miniatures and forced perspectives and whatnot. And the special effects were made by Francis Ford Coppola's son, which is kind of incredible. 4-star film, and definitely an entertaining Halloween picture. Okay, moving to the slasher genre now. Here we have a film from year 1981, if I don't remember it falsely. It's called My Bloody Valentine, and this is something that I upgraded. I had the previous Lionsgate Blu-ray, and which also included the first time ever the unrated cut of this film, and now I have upgraded this to the Shout Factory release. So let's see what's here. We have 4K uncut version, then we have second Blu-ray, we got Blu-ray uncut version, and then we have Blu-ray theatrical version, and bunch of extras, interviews, and also this kind of convention discussion with the cast. Now, I didn't have the previous Blu-ray from Shout Factory, so this was kind of like a no-brainer. upgrade because the previous version that I had didn't have too much extras in it, and also the picture quality was not that great. And mind you that this version, like the previous Shout Factory Blu-ray version, it includes the uncut version, unrated version from this kind of pristine print that they somehow found because the first Blu-ray release, it included the uncut scenes like from very poor master, and you can easily detect when the master is changed when they move to the unrated scene. And this is absolutely a film that you need to see in its unrated form because this has got some great special effects and very gory special effects, and pretty much all of it was cut from the R-rated version. And yeah, man, I would say that this is probably one of the better 80s slasher boom films that came out of that era, and it's a Canadian film, and it was shot in Nova Scotia, and the atmosphere is kind of like a very different from the American style of films. And also I have to say that the film is mostly set, at least in the end, it's set in the mines, and kind of like imagine yourself in a mine, old coal mine, and killer after you. Now that's a very very disturbing setup. It's a great film, and the release is great value, especially if you didn't have the previous Shout Factory release. I think this is a no-brainer if you are at all a fan of 80s slashers. Now, I recommend it. Okay, moving to the 50s, and the giant Gila monster and also the Killer Shrews double edition from Film Masters. Okay, so we have in the separate Blu-rays, we have the giant Gila monster and Killer Shrews, and also we have this nice little booklet here. Pirate Raider President Assassination and Gila Monsters. It's an essay about the making of the film, and whoa, check this out, very cool poster artwork. Now I love it. Back in the day this was a double feature. Both of these films were directed by a guy called Ray Kellogg, who is mostly known about this special effects work in the big huge movie productions like Cleopatra and Tora Tora Tora, but this was his very cheaply made 1950s monster movies. And in this first one, the giant Gila monster, there's a lizard wreaking havoc in this small town, and this lizard is made by putting a real lizard in a miniatures, and now this lizard causes some traffic accidents and people start to vanish from left and right, and it even destroys a fucking train. And then this kind of local kid who is a car mechanic, he's helping the sheriff to find out what is the mystery behind all these vanishing people and car accidents. And what do you know, this main character, played by Don Sullivan, he is also a rock and roll singer. I think he was in real life too, and he sang a couple of songs in it, and in the end he destroys the monster. Spoiler. And in this Killer Shrews, there's these guys who deliver packages to some remote island with a boat, and they get stranded in this island, and yeah, of course the island is filled with these scientists who have created this special breed of giant shrews, shrews, as in like mouses. These shrews are eating their way through the whole island, and yeah, the way these shrews were made in this film was actually put kind of like furs on a dogs and showing their little heads like puppet heads, and like you can easily see that yeah, these are dogs. These are not even close to a shrew. Both of these are pretty fun 1959 science fiction action films, and yeah, the duration is very humane. Both of these were just a little bit over an hour, so this is a great double feature for a Halloween parties. It even includes nice extras. Both of the films have commentary And also this second film, Killer Shrews, included a documentary about this director Ray Kellogg and his career, and other disc, the giant Gila monster, included the archival interview with the leading actor Don Sullivan. That was over an hour, so I didn't listen to that. But I watched the documentary about the Ray Kellogg, and yeah, that was a pretty nice watch. Recommend this too. And then we have an 80s film, Night of the Comet, starring Catherine Mary Stewart, Kelly Maroney and Robert Beltran, and this was directed by a guy called Tom Eberhard, and this was made in the year 1984. Teenage girls who are inside when the earth is hit with this meteor shower that turns people into red dust. And some of the people who are only partially exposed to the meteor shower radiation or what, they are turned into a bloodthirsty zombies. Now these girls just want to have fun. They go to the malls and they get some automatic weapons and blast their way out through the Los Angeles. Now this was highly influenced by 1950s science fiction films, and it's kind of fun. It's very fun, kind of easygoing 80s teenage comedy, science fiction, horror, action film. I have always liked this very much. It's not the greatest 80s adventure film, but yeah, I think it's entertaining enough and very suitable for Halloween parties. I would rate this film 3.5 stars. Previously I only had the DVD and the Finnish VHS, but now it was a time to upgrade to the 4K Ultra HD. I'm not sure about this cover. I don't think this is that impressive cover. I don't know. It had some nice interviews from the leading cast ladies and also from Robert Beltran, who is reminding how he got involved with this film, and also interview with the special effects maker of this film. So these extras are ported from the previous South Factory release, and this doesn't offer anything new but the 4K transfer with Dolby Vision. And gotta tell you, the picture quality was very sweet looking. You know, all these red skies and red dusts, they really stand out in this release. For a Halloween watch, this is a great pick. Okay, from Juan Picuer Simon, the Spanish maestro of B-class cinema, comes this Jules Verne action-adventure film, Journey to the Center of the Earth. This was made back in year 1977, and it is a Spanish horror, Spanish fantasy production, so it was kind of like a Strangeling back in the day. In this film, this kind of crazy, brave Victorian family, a young girl, young guy, and this nutty professor, older guy, they go to Iceland and they are traveling inside the volcano to find their way through the volcano to this underground world of surprises and secrets. There's dinosaurs, there's monsters in the sea, and even a giant ape and giant mushroom. So it's kind of childish adventure movie, but there is a time and place for this. I just wish that this would have been a little bit shorter. I mean, it's 90 minutes, and it's got, especially in the first 2 acts, it's got lots of, you know, walking around and talking around. But yeah, it was kind of cheesy and funny and old-fashioned in a good way. So picture quality was pretty good, and I doubt that this type of film will ever get any better release. If you're into a schlocky adventure film with cheesy monster effects, I think this is not a bad choice for a Halloween movie marathon. Now this film, Amityville 3D, was made in the year 1983 and directed by Richard Fleischer, and it is the 3rd installment in the Amityville horror series. Now I have seen this many of times, but never have I seen it in 3D, so I'm looking forward to watch it, because this is in real 3D. Not this bullshit anaglyphic glasses 3D, but in real 3D. Now this is a German release, and it includes the commentary with Kim Newman and Stephen Jones. Yeah. Okay, from Empire Pictures comes Ghoulies, a film highly inspired by Gremlins, and this was made in the year 1985, year after Gremlins, and it was directed by Luca Bertovici and starring Peter Lapis, Lisa Pelican and Scott Thompson and Michael Desbars, the guy whom you might remember as the Murdoch in MacGyver. Now, in this film there's this couple who move into this old mansion, and next thing you know, this guy is possessed by something evil that lives in the mansion, and this evil compels the guy to worship him, and thus the horrible creatures awake, and the creatures were made by John Carpenter. This is number 2 from MVD Rewind collection, and this is a new line of films. 4K laser vision collection, and these things are 4K and they come with slipcover. Then inside we have the Blu-ray, and we have the 4K Blu-ray included all the extras, but also the 4K included the commentaries and stuff. And these things come with this special weird poster. I was thinking about this, what is this poster? What is this supposed to be? You're a fan of Full Moon Pictures, maybe Ghoulies is for you, but it's a little bit acquired taste. Well, these things were made very cheaply, but I'm a sucker for this, and I really appreciate the special effects work by John Carpenter. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have Laservision collection number 1 from MVD Visual, and it is Swamp Thing directed by Wes freaking Craven. It is a year from 1982 starring Ray Wise and Adrienne Barbeau, and also Alex Hess from Last House on the Left. And yeah, it's a DC comic adaptation of the same kind of comic book, and it's about this doctor who gets violated and his corpse is exploded, and what do you know, after he's got some chemicals on him, he turns into this freaking Swamp Thing, and he becomes a superhero, and he takes revenge on this bad guy played by Louis Jordan, who you might remember from James Bond film Octopussy. Yeah, it's okay, look. If you are starting to watch this, don't watch it as a Wes Craven film. Start watching it like a cheesy 80s creature feature, because if you're expecting something like Nightmare on Elm Street or something like Last House on the Left or Hills Have Eyes, you are in for a big disappointment. It's like a kids movie, all except one. This includes the unrated version, which has previously seen in the European videos and DVDs, and in the American DVD also, but if I understand correctly, it was not shown in the American theatrical print, this unrated version, or should I say R-rated version, where we can see topless Adrienne Barbeau and other nude scenes. So basically that is the only difference between the theatrical cut and this unrated cut here. And here we have a 4K disc and also Blu-ray disc, and these extras, interviews and whatnot. Lovely Adrienne Barbeau gives a great interview on this disc, and special effects guide too. But these extras were reported from the Shout Factory release or another label, so there's no new extras, but only major difference here is the 4K in Dolby Vision format. And yeah, I gotta tell you, both of these films, Ghoulies and Swamp Thing, both of these look absolutely great. Now, I'm really looking forward for the next Laservision collection, because this is a great line to collect, and collect them now when they're at the beginning. When this thing hits like the number 13, it may be a little bit too late. So, another mini poster unique to the Laservision line. So, I was wondering what does this resemble, and then it hit me. Come on, this is RCA CED disc. Lines here, they say side 1. So it's a weird idea, but it took me a little while to figure it out. I would probably rate Swamp Thing like 3 stars, and also Ghoulies as well. These are campy, good, clean fun. Nothing to write home about. But for this season, I think both of these and also the films I just showed you in this unboxing video, I think these fits perfectly. They fit like a knife in the eye. Hey, thank you for watching, and if there's any questions, put them in the comment section, and remember to like and subscribe and all that jazz. And check out this video also. And now, have a ghoulish Halloween. Catch you the next time. Bye.
You best subscribe or die. You best subscribe or die to VideoTalk.